Live play-by-play coverage of tonight's South Central Conference game featuring the Marquette Explorers and the Roxana Shells is sponsored on 1570 by Alton Sports Staff, sports, food, and good times. Hendrickson Collision Repair. Visit their website for a free gas special at HendricksonCollision.com. Maxine's Daycare and Learning Center, where little people color our world. Tony's Ranch House, great food, great people. The Sports Medicine Pros and Alton Memorial Hospital's Human Motion Institute. Andy's Car Care Center on East Broadway in Alton. We can fix that. Donowald Distributing, saluting America's designated drivers who ask, want to go home with me tonight? I'm a designated driver. Responsibility matters. Laclede Community Credit Union, where members are family and family is valued. Tom Lane State Farm Insurance in Bethalto. For your insurance and financial services needs, call 3.
RiverBender.com's live coverage of today's game is brought to you by Ace Hardware. Ace, the helpful place. Jack Schmidt Chevrolet of Wood River. If you don't know where to get the best auto deals, then you don't know Jack Schmidt. Alton Refrigeration, the first choice in quality HD TV and appliances. Quality Buick, GMC, Cadillac, serving the Riverbend for 52 years. Barry Macias, professional independent insurance agents. Roberts Ford, the value store since 1949. Gerard Fisher, American Family Insurance, all your protection under one roof. Alt Memorial Hospital, the best healthcare close to home. Tom Lane State Farm, your good neighbor agent in the Riverbend. Weber Granite City Chevrolet, buy American.
Explorers come in at 3-4, and both need to win out over the next 2 weeks, tonight and next Friday night, in order to secure a playoff berth in the IHSA playoffs. Hi again, everybody. My name is Sam Stem, alongside the Hall of Famer John Rogers, and the Marquette Explorers and Roxana Shells have been playing football for many, many years, for decades. And this one has a little bit more of an edge to it than some of the recent games have. Marquette has won 9 of the last 10, but former Marquette Explorer and now the head coach, the first-year head coach of the Roxana Shells, the second-year head coach of the Roxana Shells, Pat Keith, comes to Public School Stadium for the first time as a visitor, and he dearly would love to knock off his old team.
Well, I know Pat very, very well. He would have really mixed emotions about that whole thing, I know.
But
if his job depends upon it.
Well, I'm sure he's devoted to his kids, and the Shells have won 3 games this year. That's more than they won in the past 6 seasons.
Right.
And so football back is Roxana. The Shells have brought a big crowd here to Public School Stadium tonight. And, of course, the Explorers, a Saturday night game, they've got a big crowd here as well. So we'll be back with more pregame information from Public School Stadium in Alton in just a moment. You're listening to Z1570 Radio Sports.
At First Mid-America Credit Union, they offer more than savings accounts, checking accounts, money markets, loans, and IRAs. They also offer a Visa Platinum card, which rewards their members with low rates, no annual fees, no hidden fees, no balance transfer fees, built-in safety features to protect your card from fraud, and a reward program which rewards you for every purchase you make. Apply today for a First Mid-America Credit Union Visa Platinum card at www.1stmidamerica.org.
Compare a well-equipped Lexus ES to a well-equipped Buick LaCrosse. Get inside each and see what you find. If perfection is what you pursue, this might just change your course. Meet the new class of world class. The 2010 LaCrosse from Buick. May the best car win.
To a military family, a phone call home is priceless, but these phone calls are expensive. By donating a used cell phone through Cell Phones for Soldiers, Weber Granite City Chevrolet is helping U.S. service members get a free 60-minute calling card. Cell Phones for Soldiers addresses an everyday emotional need that everyone has experienced, the need to call home, to hear a familiar voice while far away. If you have a cell phone you're not using, please donate it to us at Weber Granite City Chevrolet for the Cell Phones for Soldiers program.
In today's economy, everyone's looking for an encouraging sign. That's exactly what you'll find right here at my State Farm office in Bethalto. I'm Tom Lane, and for 86 years, State Farm agents like me have been helping you protect the things that matter most. That's why more people trust State Farm, and why we consider that a very good sign.
Call Tom Lane State Farm office in Bethalto at 377-8912 or go to tomlaneagency.net.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
I'll grab the birthday cake. You bring the gift, if you're sure she's ready.
She's 16, honey, and she's earned a set of keys.
She's studied and practiced, I know, but it's a big responsibility.
When you have a teen driver, it's good to know that Madison Mutual has the insurance coverage you need.
She's ready, and so are we. I talked to our Madison Mutual agent.
Call Barry Macias, your local independent insurance agent, at 467-2874.
The more life changes, the more you need Madison Mutual.
Everybody's saying buy American, but not me. I just want you to come drive American. Come out today and see for yourself. No one has a more impressive selection of vehicles than Ford. Whether it's a Focus, Fusion, Escape, Edge, F-150, or any other Ford product, no one can beat Ford's quality. Not Toyota, not Honda, not anybody.
Roberts Motors, your hometown dealer for over 60 years, just off Route 3 or Highway 67 in Alton, or at riverBender.com.
It'll be senior night for the Explorers. Of course, Marquette with only 2 seniors on the squad this season. The Roxana Shells last week had a close call down at home against the very tough Greenville Comets, and the Shells actually led into the second half of that football game before Greenville rallied and defeated the Shells. So Roxana in the same position as Marquette now, needing a victory here tonight, and then they'd have to beat their, in essence, crosstown rival next week, the East Alton Wood River Oilers. Of course, the Oilers at 0-8 as we speak. So it all sets up. In essence, it is a playoff game. I mean, Marquette's been playing playoff football for 2 weeks now, and Roxana in that same position. You win, you're still alive. You lose, and, well, you play out the string. Yeah. So it's a playoff atmosphere here at Public School Stadium. Probably one of the biggest crowds we've seen here in quite a few years. The Shells have brought a huge contingent, and of course Marquette with a big squad as well. The Explorers in their blue jerseys, blue pants and silver helmets. Roxana comes in with the white jerseys, the red pants and the red helmets. Tim Nelson, the third-year head coach of the Explorers. Pat Keith, the second-year head coach of the Roxana Shells, and they're pretty good friends. They have worked together in the past at the golf course, and they've known each other for quite a few years, and they actually played against each other right here on this field.
Who's that?
Tim Nelson.
That's right.
Keith. When Tim Nelson was a member of the Calhoun Warriors, Marquette and Calhoun met one time. And Calhoun came here on a Thursday night in Week 9. That's back when the playoffs always began on a Wednesday. They played here on a Thursday night, and the Explorers defeated the Calhoun Warriors. So Tim Nelson says he owes Pat Keith one. And, of course, I'm sure Pat Keith would like to keep his winning streak alive. So the Explorers have won the opening toss, but they have deferred their choice until the start of the second half. So the Shells will have the first possession here tonight, and we'll see. We'll watch for the Shells to come out, and they have primarily a running attack with Jacob Carlisle and Brandon West in that backfield. And the Explorers will have to try to get says Coach Tim Nelson, have to start early. Marquette has had a tendency in weeks past to just kind of lollygag around and then try to turn it on late in the game, and he says they can't afford to do that against Roxana. So Marquette has the football teed at their own 40-yard line. And the Shell return men stand back at about their 15, and Dalton Holm with a squib kick right down the middle. It takes a high hop, finally picked up by one of the deep men at the 20, out across the 30, hit at the 32 and out to the 35. For Roxana goes the return man, Brandon West. 1st and 10 for the Shells right there.
Well, the Explorers pulled their, I would call it the shotgun kickoff, because they break a huddle and immediately kick the football.
So 1st and 10 for Roxana. The backs in the I formation. The quarterback, Tommy Hackler, with West and Carlisle in the eye behind him, receivers left and right. The line of scrimmage, the Roxana 35-yard line, and here is the give to the fullback, and he pounds his way forward for a gain of about 2 on that carry. And I believe, was that number 40, I think it was Trevor Hale on the carry. And he picked up about 2, 2nd and 8 for the Shells from their own 37-yard line. Just a perfect evening for football. It couldn't be better. 2nd and 8, Roxana. Receivers left and right, backs in the eye. Now the give to the tailback. That's Carlisle, and he pounds his way out to the 40-yard line. Right up that gut he goes, off left guard. And he picks up 3 on that carry, and it's going to be 3rd and 5, Roxana. So big third down early. Roxana at their own 40-yard line. The Marquette defense would like to get a stop. Play comes in from the far sideline, and the Shells break the huddle. They send receivers left and right. Wide left is Brad Perry. Wide right, Zach Johnson on the third down play. The pitch back to Carlisle, sweeping the right side. First down yardage and then some. He might go all the way, being pursued from behind by John Piper, who catches him at that 20-yard line. Jacob Carlisle with a 40-yard gain all the way down to the Marquette 20-yard line. 1st and 10 Shells right there.
It was a toss sweep around their right end, and they did some good blocking to wall in the Explorers, and he broke down the field down to the.
The more your life changes, the more your insurance needs change. I'm Gerard Fisher of American Family Insurance. In just minutes, I can conduct a free personal insurance review to help you determine how much and what type of coverage is right for you, with no costly gaps or overlaps. Interested? Call me, Gerard Fisher of American Family Insurance, today at 466-7062.
American Family Insurance.
Ace Hardware in Bethalto is your helpful place. It's where you'll find more than 70,000 items in the store and even more online. It's where the people know how to solve your problems. It's where top brands like Benjamin Moore, Still, and Craftsman make your jobs go smoothly and with confidence. It's where hot buys sizzle each and every week. Ace Hardware in Bethalto is more than helpful. They save you time and money, too.
Call Tom Lane State Farm Office in Bethalto at 377-8912 or go to TomLaneAgency.net. Like good paper.
The injured Explorer is indeed John Piper. A reminder, you're listening to WBGZ Alton. It's 1st and Piper slow to come to the near sideline, but the Shells anxious to get a playoff as they're up at the line of scrimmage.
Looks like he hurt his shoulder where he's carrying that left arm.
1st and 10 Shells at the Marquette 20-yard line. Receivers left and right. Hackler under center, takes a snap, turns, gives it to the fullback, that's West. And he is stacked up after a short gain on the carry. Brandon West, a gain of 3 down to the Explorer 17-yard line. 2nd down and 7 for the Shells. Roxana, the first possession of the football game, they took the opening kickoff, and a big 40-yard gain by Jacob Carlisle has put him in the red zone. 2nd down play, here's the give to Carlisle, weaving his way through. He's got 1st down yardage inside the 10, down to about the 8-yard line, and Marquette has come up with a fumble. Carlisle fumbled as he was hit on the play down at the 7-yard line, so after a 10-yard gain, Marquette comes away with the football.
Big break for the Explorers.
Turnovers always critical. Marquette has committed more than their share this season, and they force a big one right there. And the Shells will be kicking themselves later on if that comes into play, as they were moving the football. And Carlisle, with a 10-yard gain, would have been enough for a 1st down, but he coughed up the football. So the Explorers, with their first possession of the night, and they send Lawless wide to the right side. Double wing formation. Dalton Holm under center. Puts a man in motion to the right side and turns and gives it to the fullback. That is Derek Sterrett, and Sterrett stacked up after a short gain by a host of Shell tacklers. Sterrett gained 2 on that carry. 2nd down and 8 for the Explorers from their own 10-yard line. Piper, who normally lines up as a wideout, just sitting on the bench here on the near sideline.
Well, he's back in now. Just went in.
No, that wasn't him. That was David Wilton that went in.
Oh, that's right.
86. 86 is Wilton, and Piper still down here on the bench. Receivers left and right. Wilton to the right. Jack Miller wide left, a man in motion to the left side. They run the option to the left side, and Holm is stacked up and thrown for a loss on the play, as he could not find an opening after faking the handoff to his fullback, Derek Sterrett. He did get back to the line of scrimmage for no gain, and it's going to be 3rd and 8 for the Explorers. And Pat Keith said the Shells spent a lot of time this week in practice on defending the triple option. So now 3rd and 8 for the Explorers. The clock rolling with 8:35 remaining in the thus far scoreless first quarter. It's Lawless wide to the right side, a tight end to the left. Double wing formation. Holm under center on the 3rd down play, puts a man in motion to the left side, and he rolls to the right. Looking downfield, lets it go downfield, and it is caught by Jack Miller at the 25-yard line. A gain of 15 on the play and a first down for the Explorers.
They brought Miller from the left side of the field clear across, and Holm found him, and he was wide open through a nice bowl.
1st and 10 Explorers at their own 25-yard line, so that gets them out of the hole and keeps the drive alive. It's Marquette's first possession of the night. Piper, quite a weapon as a wide receiver, made a couple of spectacular catches last week, but remains here on the near sideline after being shaken up. 1st and 10 Explorers from their own 25. Now Marquette puts 2 men in motion, and that's not legal, as they were going to run from the pistol formation, and both LaShawn Whedon and Michael Ford went into motion at the same time, and you can't do that. So 1st and 10 becomes 1st and 15 as they spot the football at the 20. And they roll the clock once again. Now Wilton brings a play from the near sideline. And now one of the officials blows his whistle and stops the clock. And we'll see what this is all about. As they now come to the near sideline. And want to talk things over with Tim Nelson. Apparently they want to reset the clock. 7:46 they want to put on the clock. They want to add 5 seconds. So we'll stop for 2 minutes to add 5 seconds to the clock. Then they'll roll the clock and the 5 seconds will roll off. You'll wonder why they even bothered. 1st and 15 Explorers from that pistol formation. Here is the Holm keeping it himself. Now pitches it back, and the Shells have recovered at the Explorer 12-yard line. I don't think it ever rolled out of bounds as Holm pitched it back, missed his pitch back. Oh no, they say it did go out of bounds, and Marquette retains possession at the 12, and I think the Shells would have a beef on that one. They put it actually at the 13-yard line. I thought a Shell player was on it before it ever rolled out of bounds.
Good thing we don't have instant replay, because it would have gone to Roxana.
So that goes as a 6-yard loss, as Holm, trying to run the option to the right side, missed on his pitch attempt to the trail back. And lucky for Marquette, the officials say it rolled out of bounds. So now it's 2nd and 21 Explorers from their own 13-yard line. They run a reverse, and here's LaShawn Whedon with nowhere to go. He loses yardage all the way back to the 10-yard line, a loss of 3 on that. And Marquette's running game is not clicking. They run 4 running plays, and only one of them gained positive yardage. That was the very first handoff to Derek Sterrett, the fullback, for 2 yards. So now 3rd and 25 for the Explorers from their own 10-yard line. The clock rolling with 3:55 remaining here in the first quarter. No score thus far. The Shells defense has been highly touted, and we see why here. From that pistol formation, Holm drops to throw, plenty of time. Now he'll take off and run across the 15 to the 20 to the 22-yard line. A gain of 12, but it brings up 4th and long, and Marquette will have to punt.
Just gave the Explorers enough room, a little breathing room there to get the punt off.
And we'll see who comes out in punt formation. In recent weeks, it's been John Piper. But earlier this season, Holm handled the punting duties. And Piper has taken his jersey off and has an ice pack on his right shoulder. And he may not return, so it will be Holm in punt formation at his own 10-yard line. Heavy rush, he gets the kick away, and the Shells will let it hit. And it takes a Roxana bounce across midfield, and Marquette touched it, but now they finally covered. The Shells could have picked that up and run with it with no risk of losing the football. It was Trevor Hale back there as the return man. It hit. It took a huge Roxana bounce. Marquette then touched it and batted it back towards Roxana territory. But then they let it roll around for a little bit before Marquette finally downed it. And Roxana will start with great field position here on their second possession of the night. 1st and 10 at the Marquette 47. We are scoreless midway through the first quarter. Roxana drove deep into Marquette territory before they turned it over. They lost a fumble. Marquette, after picking up 1 first down, had to punt. Now Jacob Carlisle, a short gain down to the Marquette 45 as he works the right side of the line. A gain of 2 on that carry for Carlisle, who has 55 yards rushing on 4 carries.
The Explorers are running a 9-man front, Sam. They have a safety and a corner that is covering the wide out. Everybody else for Marquette is have their nose almost on the line of scrimmage.
Well, Roxana has completed 22 passes in 7 games. It's an average of just over 3 a game, so they don't throw much. But Marquette's daring them to throw, and now Hackler will throw. Lets it go deep down the right sideline. It's caught at the 15, at the 10, 5. Touchdown, Roxana Shells. Making the reception, Zach Johnson. A 45-yard touchdown pass from Tommy Hackler to Zach Johnson, and the Shells break on top. Well, Marquette had Johnson covered, but I'm not sure who the cornerback was there. Instead of running stride for stride with Johnson when the ball arrived, he stopped and jumped and tried for the interception. It was just over his fingertips, right into the hands of Johnson. Now the extra point attempt is through. Kicked by Brandon Dudley. And with 5:05 remaining in the first quarter, the score, Roxana 7, Marquette nothing. You're listening to Z1570 Radio Sports.
At Jack Schmidt Chevrolet in Wood River, we make car buying a breeze. A member of our sales team will assist you in selecting the perfect new or GM certified pre-owned vehicle, and we back it up with our guaranteed price policy. Our commitment to you continues after the sale with genuine Goodwrench service. So if you don't know where to get the best deal on quality vehicles and service,
you don't know Jack Schmidt
in Wood River, Illinois.
Yeah!
There's a long pass. It looks like it's going to be overthrown. Oh, the receiver dashes under the ball and makes the catch. Touchdown!
Where did he get that extra burst of speed? That off-season training really paid off.
Alton Memorial Hospital's Human Motion Institute Sports Performance helps athletes maximize their potential and improve their game. With sports performance training, you'll leap higher, run faster, and throw farther. Learn more at altonmemorialhospital.org. Human Motion Institute Sports Performance, building better athletes.
Line, the Shells break on top, 7-0. A 45-yard touchdown pass from Tommy Hackler to Zach Johnson, and now the Explorers kick it around. LaShawn Wheaton finally picks it up at his own 13 out across the 15 to the 20, breaks through a pack of tacklers and takes it out to the 30-yard line. 1st and 10 Explorers right there. Well, right before that touchdown pass, Coach Rogers, you mentioned Marquette was putting 9 men at the line of scrimmage, basically daring Roxana to throw. They did, and they struck pay dirt.
Maybe I should have kept my mouth shut.
I don't. You don't think?
I don't think
he's
they were
wearing a radio down there.
Never can tell.
Well, if he is, hi Pat. Marquette sends Lawless wide to the right side. They go from the pistol formation. Dalton Holm about 5 yards behind the center with the fullback behind him. They run the option to the right side. Holm finds an opening at the 30 to the 35, right sideline 40 to about the 42 or 43 yard line. And that'll be a Marquette first down, a gain of 13 on that carry for Dalton Holm. The second first down of the night for the Explorers. Well, it appeared Marquette had that pass play. That Shells pass play defended, and I'm not sure who the cover man was over there on Johnson, but he stopped and then jumped and tried for the interception and went over his head.
He was also short.
Yeah.
Shorter.
If he'd have been a few inches taller, he might have got his hands on it. 1st and 10. Here's the give to Sterrett. Right up the middle. Derek Sterrett with a full head of steam. Gets in there and picks up nice yardage out across the 45 to the 47, almost the 48-yard line. A gain of 5 on that carry for Derek Sterrett. Well, in that pistol formation, that fullback is about 9 yards deep. And when they do hand it to the fullback, he's got a head of steam when he hits the line of scrimmage. And Sterrett did there. He just ran some people over. A 5-yard pickup. 2nd and 5 Explorers from their own 48. Again from the pistol formation. They run the option to the left side. He pitches it back to Sterrett. Finds an opening across midfield to the 45 of the Shells and pounds his way down to the 40-yard line. A gain of 12 on that carry for Derek Sterrett and another Explorer first down.
For being a big boy, Sterrett does have some speed.
He showed a nice move there as he stepped inside of a defender, found that hole. 1st and 10 Explorers at the Roxana 40-yard line. Marquette's first incursion into Roxana territory. The clock rolling with 3:35 remaining in the first quarter. The Shells lead it 7-0. 1st and 10 Marquette. Dalton Holm takes the snap, fakes the handoff to Sterrett, runs it himself to the left side. He stood up as he reaches the secondary. He picks up about 5 yards as he is tackled at the 35 of Roxana.
What the Explorers have done have gone away from their double wing. They've gone to a slot formation and a split on the other side, and it's just been Hahn and Sterrett.
2nd down and 5 Explorers at the Roxana 35-yard line. On the first series of the game, John Piper, Marquette's top wide receiver, was injured, and now it's Lawless in there as the wideout. Here is the give to Sterrett. Right up the middle, puts his head down and tries to run people over. The Shells stand him up and throw him back after about a 1.5 or 2 yard gain. We'll call it a gain of 1. It's going to be 3rd and 4 Explorers just inside the Roxana 34-yard line. Derek Sterrett 4 carries for 20 yards. Holm 5 carries for 24. Now LaShawn Whedon checks in from the near sideline with a play. Down to 2 minutes and counting remaining in the first quarter. 7-0. Roxana leads it on that 45-yard touchdown pass from Tommy Hackler to Zach Johnson. 2 receivers left, another right. In that pistol formation, Dalton Holm on 3rd and 4 runs the option to the right side, pitches back to Sterrett. First down yardage and then some as he pounds his way down to the 25-yard line. He ran over a tackler and then drove him for about another 5 yards. That was a gain of 11 on that carry for Derek Sterrett. And the 4th Marquette first down of the night, their 3rd of this possession.
Sterrett is 6'5", 215, and if you get a 9-yard run at you, he's going to be awful tough.
Well, he ran over Jake Quaid, and Jake Quaid is 6'2", 200. First and 10 Explorers at the Roxana 25-yard line. Here is the give on a counter, a wing counter, and that is Michael Ford, and he takes it inside the 35 down to about the 32-yard line, a gain of 3. As that time they faked the handoff to the fullback Sterrett, and then one of those wing backs circled around and they gave it to him. That was Michael Ford, and he picked up 3. Now Whedon in from the near sideline with another play from the bench. Inside of a minute remaining now in the first quarter. Marquette looking for the tying touchdown. They face 2nd and 7 at the Roxana 22-yard line. Receivers left and right. Receivers in the slot. They put Whedon in motion to the left side, and now flags and whistles prior to the snap. And let's see what the call is here.
It could be delay a game.
It's illegal procedure against the Explorers.
The reason I said that, they were all taking an awful long time in the huddle and to get to the line of scrimmage.
So that moves the football back to the 27-yard line. 2nd and 12 for the Explorers right there. Jimmy Lawless checks in from the near sideline, and he will split wide right. Jack Miller also wide right. Sterrett, or rather Whedon in the right slot, and Ford in motion to the right side. And they pitch it to Ford, trying to sweep that right side inside the 20 down to the 18-yard line. A gain of 9 on that carry for Michael Ford, and they just loaded. They put everybody on the right side and ran that toss sweep to the right side. And now that is the end of the first quarter of action. The score, Roxana 7, Marquette nothing. You're listening to Z1570 Radio Sports.
From its birth in 1931 on Broadway in Alton to its new home on Homer Adams Parkway, welcome to Alton Refrigeration and Home Furnishings. Alton Refrigeration and Home Furnishings earned its outstanding customer service reputation in servicing major appliance brands such as Maytag, Whirlpool, KitchenAid, Frigidaire, Samsung, and more. When you think about it, Alton Refrigeration is about providing you with years of comfortable living with worry-free brand-name products.
Ragusa drops to throw. Now lets it go deep down the left sideline. He's got Carp, and he makes a dandy catch.
Here's another steal by Bradley. Lumpkins all alone. He lays it in from Tony.
Yeah! Woo!
Oilers center ice. 13 has it. Oh, a shot a little bit wide. Oilers keep it in the zone.
Stand back at Public School Stadium in Alton. As we start the second quarter, Brad Emming was shaken up for the Explorers on the final play of that first quarter, but seemed to shake it off and came to the near sideline. Now Marquette facing a big 3rd and 3 at the Roxana 18-yard line.
Well, the Explorers are in 4-down territory, I would think.
Now they have 2 backs behind Holm in that pistol formation, and Holm keeps it himself, tries to turn the right corner, hit at the line of scrimmage, spinning off tacklers, and took it down near the 15-yard line, and he's going to be close to a first down, and I think he got it. It's very, very close as they put the ball down just inside the 15. The chains are right there.
Yes.
It is a first down for Marquette, and Dalton Holm did that all on his own. That is a big, big run by Dalton Holm. He was hit at the line of scrimmage as he tried to turn that right corner. Spun off that tackler. 2 more Shells came up and hit him, and somehow he managed to spin off of both of them and dive forward just inside the 15-yard line, just enough for the first down. The 5th of the night for Marquette, the 4th of this possession. Now Marquette sends 3 receivers wide left. 1st and 10 at the Roxana 15-yard line. A man in motion to the left side, and they pitch it back, and that's Whedon trying to turn that left corner at the 15, at the 10, and down to the 5-yard line. And just shy of yet another first down, a gain of 9 on that carry for LaShawn Whedon.
Well, Whedon came in motion from the right side and took the toss from the quarterback, Hahn. And the Explorers also already had 3 blockers out there in front.
Wheaton had some good speed. And once he turned that corner, he turned on the afterburners. 2nd and 1, Marquette just outside the 5 of the Shells. Lawless wide left. And then a very tight formation other than that. And Holm goes under center of the double wing formation. Gives it to Sterrett right up the middle. Derek Sterrett, touchdown. Touchdown Marquette. A 5-yard touchdown run by Derek Sterrett. Right up the gut. And the Explorers are an extra point shy of tying this football game. So Marquette answers after Roxana throws the 45-yard touchdown pass. The Explorers put together a drive following the ensuing kickoff. That was a 70-yard touchdown drive. And now Jimmy Lawless will attempt the extra point out of the hold of Dalton Holm. Lawless kicked a couple of last week. And now LaShawn Wheaton late in getting into the formation. Sets up as a wing on the right side. The snap, the spot, the kick. It's up, it's high, it's long, and it is good, and we are tied. 11:07 remaining in the second quarter. It's Roxana 7, Marquette 7. You're listening to Z1570 Radio Sports.
At First Mid-America Credit Union, they offer more than savings accounts, checking accounts, money markets, loans, and IRAs. They also offer a Visa Platinum Card, which rewards their members with low rates, no annual fees, no hidden fees, no balance transfer fees, built-in safety features to protect your card from fraud, and a reward program which rewards you for every purchase you make. Apply today for a First Mid-America Credit Union Visa Platinum Card at www.1stmidamerica.org.
Compare a well-equipped Lexus ES to a well-equipped Buick LaCrosse. Get inside each and see what you find. If perfection is what you pursue, this might just change your course. Meet the new class of world class. The 2010 LaCrosse from Buick. May the best car win.
Stadium in Alton, Sam Stem along with John Rogers with you on this beautiful Saturday night. A big crowd on hand here, and thus far a very entertaining football game. We're tied at 7, and Marquette will kick it away, and Dalton Holm squibs it down the middle of the field, taken by one of the up men for the Shells, trying to go from right to left. He was running east-west and got nowhere fast. That was Tyler Gentry. And the Shells will start 1st and 10 from just shy of their own 35-yard line. So Marquette has signaled on 2 kickoffs here tonight. They don't want to kick it deep. And the Shells thus get pretty decent field position here. Just shy of their own 35-yard line. Roxana led 7-0, and the Explorers answered with a 70-yard touchdown drive to tie it. And now the Shells will try to answer themselves. Backs in the eye. Here's the give to Carlisle, and Carlisle moves the pile across the 35 out to the 37-yard line. And a gain of 2 on that carry for Jacob Carlisle. Carlisle 5 carries, 57 yards, including a 40-yard rushing play on Roxana's first possession, which ended on a lost fumble deep in Marquette territory. So the Shells 2 possessions, 1 turnover, 1 touchdown. Their 3rd possession of the night, 2nd and 8 from their own 37. A man in motion to the right side. The back's in the eye, and Hackler turns, pitches back to Carlisle, trying to turn that right corner. It does turn the corner, crosses the 40 and takes it out to the 41, but there is a flag on the play after about a 4-yard gain. And this is in a position where it's generally holding against the offense. Pardon me. There were flags on both sides of the field. Well, it's illegal procedure against Roxana. So the Explorers will accept that penalty. That's Roxana's first penalty of the night. The Explorers have been penalized twice. So instead of a 4-yard gain, it's a 5-yard walk-off. And it's going to be 2nd and 12, Roxana, from their own 33-yard line.
I tell you who did a good job on that was Sterrett. He was the outside linebacker, left outside linebacker, and he came up and just forced the issue and made the running back cut back.
Roxana sends receivers left and right. Brad Perry wide left, Zach Johnson wide right. Here is the give, and trying to sweep the left side is Carlisle, and he is spun down for a loss. Brett Greenwell in there for the Explorers, and I think the other man, the one that blew it up, was Bob Bloomberg. And a loss of 2 on net carry for Carlisle as they tried to sweep the left side. So now 3rd and 14, Roxana, from their own 31-yard line. Receivers left and right. Now they go to a double wing formation, and here is the handoff to the fullback right up the middle. Good yardage out across the 40 to the 42-yard line. A gain of 11 on net carry for Brandon West. But still a couple of yards shy of a first down. It's going to be 4th and 3 for the Shells from their own 42-yard line. And they appear to be sending in the punting team. You would assume. Well, apparently not. They keep the offense on the field, and they may. Now they're a man short, and Hackler gives that man the play very quickly, and Roxana on 4th and 3, and they may very well just simply be trying to draw the Explorers off. They were, as they now call a timeout. So it was worth a try, but the Explorers were wise to it.
To a military family, a phone call home is priceless, but these phone calls are expensive. By donating a used cell phone through Cell Phones for Soldiers, Weber Granite City Chevrolet is helping U.S. service members get a free 60-minute calling card. Cell Phones for Soldiers addresses an everyday emotional need that everyone has experienced, the need to call home, to hear a familiar voice while far away. If you have a cell phone you're not using, please donate it to us at Weber Granite City Chevrolet for the Cell Phones for Soldiers program.
In today's economy, everyone's looking for an encouraging sign. That's exactly what you'll find right here at my State Farm office in Bethalto. I'm Tom Lane, and for 86 years, State Farm agents like me have been helping you protect the things that matter most. That's why more people trust State Farm, and why we consider that a very good sign.
Call Tom Lane State Farm office in Bethalto at 377-8912 or go to TomLaneAgency.net.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Jordan Briggs stands at his own 29-yard line in punt formation for the Shells. Dalton Holm at his own 25 to return for the Explorers. The kick is away under heavy pressure, and Holm lets it hit at the 30. It takes a Roxana bounce inside the 20 down to the 18-yard line, and Marquette will start deep in their own territory. Marquette came very close to blocking that punt, and then very close to roughing the kicker, but neither happened. And Holm let it hit, took that Roxana hop, and the Explorers will start from their own 18-yard line on this possession. So Roxana with 3 possessions, a turnover at the Marquette 10, a touchdown drive, and then they had to punt on this last possession. Marquette, in its 2 possessions, had to punt after picking up a first down on their first possession, then a 70-yard touchdown drive on their second. Receivers left and right. Marquette back to the double wing formation here on 1st and 10. And here is the handoff. It's LaShawn Wheaton turning the left corner. Wheaton out across the 20 to the 24-yard line. A gain of 6 for the Explorers. Wheaton 3 carries for 12 yards. LaShawn Wheaton, 5'9", 145, a sophomore. 2nd and 4 for the Explorers from their own 24-yard line. The clock rolling with 7:50 remaining in the first half. The game is tied at 7. Roxana 7, Marquette 7. From their own 24, the Explorers now go back to that pistol formation. They spread the field. Sterrett behind Holm, and Holm drops the throw. Lets it go deep down the right sideline, and it is caught. It is caught by Jimmy Lawless at the Roxana 49-yard line.
Well, that was a case of a short corner out there trying to get him beat and trying to jump up and knock it down, and he just wasn't tall enough or could jump high enough to get the job done.
Lawless with the reception and a gain of 26 on the play to the Roxana 49-yard line. Lawless had about 3 steps on the defender, and Holm underthrew it, but Lawless came back and got it. 1st and 10 Explorer. Now Marquette again puts 2 men in motion. Both Whedon and Ford went in motion. That's the second time they've done that tonight. That's
both sophomores.
Pair of sophomores, but by week 8 you're almost a junior, aren't you?
Yeah.
Of course, Whedon just in the starting lineup for the 2nd week now, so. But Ford has been a season-long starter, and I think that time it was Ford who wasn't supposed to have gone in motion. So 1st and 15 Explorers now back at their own 46-yard line. Whedon in motion to the left side, and they run the option to the left side. Holm pitches it back to Whedon, who crosses midfield and dances down the near sideline, and then he was hit after he stepped out of bounds. So Whedon picked up about 12 on that carry, and that's going to be another 15 against the Shells.
Well, Whedon was clearly out of bounds. He must have been 4 or 5 feet out of bounds when he got a friendly shove from behind.
Well, and that's a killer when you're playing defense after the running back picks up 12 and then you give him just another 15 right on top of it. But Whedon showed good speed. Once he turned that corner, he got the near sideline, then just tiptoed his way down the sideline. Finally was gently nudged out of bounds, and then, as John Rogers mentioned, he was hit again after he was clearly out of bounds, and now Roxana wants a timeout. 6:48 remaining in the first half. The score, Marquette 7, Roxana 7. You're listening to Z1570 Radio Sports.
I'll grab the birthday cake. You bring the gift, if you're sure she's ready.
She's 16, honey, and she's earned a set of keys.
She's studied and practiced, I know, but it's a big responsibility.
When you have a teen driver, it's good to know that Madison Mutual has the insurance coverage you need.
She's ready, and so are we. I talked to our Madison Mutual agent.
Call Barry Macias, your local independent insurance agent, at 467-2874.
The more life changes, the more you need Madison Mutual.
Everybody's saying buy American, but not me. I just want you to come drive American. Come out today and see for yourself. No one has a more impressive selection of vehicles than Ford. Whether it's a Focus, Fusion, Escape, Edge, F-150, or any other Ford product, no one can beat Ford's quality. Not Toyota, not Honda, not anybody.
Roberts Motors, your hometown dealer for over 60 years, just off Route 3 or Highway 67 in Alton, or at robertsmotors.com.
29-yard line, the give is, well, Holm keeps it himself inside the 20 and spins his way down to about the 15-yard line. I thought he had given it to Sterrett, and I wished he had, because Sterrett had a huge hole and might have gone all the way. But nonetheless, Holm picks up 14 down to the Roxana 16-yard line. Dalton Holm, 7 carries for 41 yards, 8 first downs now here in the first half for the Explorers to just 2 for the Shells. Roxana held the early advantage, and Marquette had trouble getting their ground game going, and really things turned around when they went to that pistol formation and spread the field. And Roxana has had difficulty defending that. Receivers left and right. Now they go back to the double wing with Holm under center, 1st and 10 at the Roxana 16-yard line, and that may be delay of game against the Explorers. It is. Delay a game Marquette, so after getting that first down, they take too long getting the play in. Boy, they were just sauntering up to the line of scrimmage.
Well, I think that was the problem right there. Plays are sent in to Holm, the quarterback, and he's got to hustle that thing up. He's responsible for the delay of the game.
1st and 15 Explorers at the Roxana 21-yard line. Receivers left and right. Wilton to the left. Lawless to the right. Double wing formation. The give is to Sterrett. Sterrett working the right side. Good yardage inside the 20 down to the 15, maybe the 14-yard line. A gain of about 6 on that carry. It'll be 2nd and 9 for the Explorers. Sterrett, 7 carries for 42 yards and a touchdown. 2nd and 9, Marquette at the Roxana 14-yard line. The clock rolling with 5:40 remaining in the first half. We are tied at 7. Roxana took the early lead. Marquette answered. Now they send a receiver wide to the left side. And again, Marquette is going to be called for delay of, or are they? Maybe they called a timeout. They did. There was confusion that time on the alignment, and Marquette called a timeout. 5:23 remaining first half. Marquette 7, Roxana 7. You're listening to Z1570 Radio Sports.
The more your life changes, the more your insurance needs change. I'm Gerard Fisher of American Family Insurance. In just minutes, I can conduct a free personal insurance review to help you determine how much and what type of coverage is right for you, with no costly gaps or overlaps. Interested? Call me, Gerard Fisher of American Family Insurance, today at 466-7062.
American Family Insurance.
Ace Hardware in Bethalto is your helpful place. It's where you'll find more than 70,000 items in the store and even more online. It's where the people know how to solve your problems. It's where top brands like Benjamin Moore, Still, and Craftsman make your jobs go smoothly and with confidence. It's where hot buys sizzle each and every week. Ace Hardware in Bethalto is more than helpful. They save you time and money, too.
It's an opening, cuts it upfield, and takes it all the way down to the 5-yard line, and he's got to be very close to a first down. He's got a first down after the 9-yard pickup by Whedon. Boy, he burst through that hole. He found a seam and was through it in a flash, and he's got some speed. So now it's 1st and goal, Marquette, their 9th first down of the night. 1st and goal at the Roxana 5-yard line. This drive started at the Marquette 18. So they've already put together one 70-yard touchdown drive, working on one that would be 82 here if they can complete the final 5 yards. Double wing formation, double tight. Here is Holm keeping himself, following Sterrett into the hole, and Holm is into the end zone for the touchdown. A 5-yard touchdown run for Dalton Holm, and the Explorers lead for the first time tonight. Well, that was pretty basic. He faked the handoff to the fullback, pulled it back, and then just turned and followed Holm right through the hole, all the way to the end zone. Followed Sterrett all the way to the end zone. You're right. It was Holm who faked the handoff and then kept it himself and followed Sterrett. And now Jimmy Lawless will attempt to add the 14th point. The kick is up, it's high, it's long, and it's good. 4:48 remaining in the first half. The score now, Marquette 14, Roxana 7. You're listening to Z1570 Radio Sports.
At Jack Schmidt Chevrolet in Wood River, we make car buying a breeze. A member of our sales team will assist you in selecting the perfect new or GM certified pre-owned vehicle, and we back it up with our guaranteed price policy. Our commitment to you continues after the sale with genuine Goodwrench service. So if you don't know where to get the best deal on quality vehicles and service,
you don't know Jack Schmidt
in Wood River, Illinois.
Yeah!
There's a long pass. It looks like it's going to be overthrown. Oh, the receiver dashes under the ball and makes the catch. Touchdown!
Where did he get that extra burst of speed? That off-season training really paid off.
Alton Memorial Hospital's Human Motion Institute Sports Performance helps athletes maximize their potential and improve their game. With sports performance training, you'll leap higher, run faster, and throw farther. Learn more at altonmemorialhospital.org. Human Motion Institute Sports Performance, building better athletes.
Been things of beauty as they've put together 2 long touchdown drives. Now the squib kick taken by one of the up men for Roxana, and he's brought down at his own 38-yard line, and the Shells offense back out there, 1st and 10. Well, Marquette's, I don't recall a time this season when Marquette's offense has put together 2 more impressive drives than those, a 70-yard touchdown drive and an 82-yard touchdown drive. Not back-to-back, anyway. And they have the 14-7 lead after trailing 7-0 early. And now the Shells will try to get their offense retooled. Backs in the eye behind Hackler, turns, gives it to Carlisle. And Carlisle, as he hit the hole, was hit by Derek Sterrett, who lost him. And Carlisle, actually, that was West, I think, on that carry. It was Brandon West, and he picked up 2. I thought Sterrett had him for no gain or maybe a loss, and somehow West got away.
Well, they tried to trap Sterrett, and Sterrett made the stop over the trap block.
2nd and 8 Shells from their own 40-yard line. Now they go to a double wing, and here is the hand, and the running back, I think it's West again, takes it across the 40, out to the 42, maybe the 43-yard line. Now, actually, at that time on the carry, it was Jordan Briggs, his first carry of the night. And Briggs picked up 3, and it's going to be 3rd and 5 for the Shells. So Roxana with a little bit different look there. Third and 5 for Roxana from their own 43-yard line. Double wing formation. Receivers left and right. A man in motion to the right side. They run the counter coming back the other way, and there is Derek Sterrett to bury Jacob Carlisle. It looked like that play was going to go for big yardage, and Derek Sterrett was right there and just buried Carlisle after a 1-yard gain. And Derek Sterrett has distinguished himself on both sides of the field, but I think especially so from that linebacker position here tonight. And now the Shells going to punt formation. Jordan Briggs stands at his own 31. Dalton Holm back at his own 28, awaiting the kick. We're down to 2:50 and counting remaining in the first half. And the Shells, Briggs gets the kick away, and Holm will return from his own 24, crosses the 25, breaks a couple of tackles, still on his feet, all the way out to the 34-yard line. What a tough run, what a tough return there by Dalton Holm, but you sure don't like to see your quarterback take that many shots, do you?
I would have suggested he'd fair caught that. Well, save a little beating on your body.
He ended up with a 10-yard return, but paid a price. And now the Explorers, with a 7-point lead, have 2:37 remaining on the first half clock, and let's see what they can put together here. At the very least, they'd like to keep possession through the end of the half and not give the Shells another shot. But even better, they'd like to extend their 7-point lead. A pair of receivers to the right side of the field, double wing formation. Holm keeps it himself, comes here to the weak side and steps out of bounds after he crossed the 35 and took it out to about the 37-yard line. A gain of 3 on the carry for Dalton Holm, and that stops the clock. That was almost like a naked bootleg. All the motion was to the wide side of the field from that double wing formation, and Holm just turned as soon as he took the snap and came here to the weak side. 2nd and 7 Explorers from their own 37-yard line. Now from the pistol formation, they put a man in motion to the right side and give it to Sterrett right up the middle. Derek Sterrett dragging tacklers across the 40 out to the 43-yard line, and a gain of 6 on that carry. It's going to be 3rd and 1. He is strong, isn't he? He's a hoss. Now the Explorers go no huddle. 3rd and 1 from their own 43. From that pistol formation, Holm sets the team. Puts a man in motion to the left side and gives it again to Sterrett. Sterrett looking for an opening to the right side, finds one, crosses the 45 and takes it out to the 46-yard line. A gain of 3 on that carry for Derek Sterrett, and the 10th first down of the night for the Explorers. They'll stop the clock to move the sticks with 1:57 remaining in the half. And Marquette again will go no huddle. 1st and 10 from their own 46-yard line. They roll the clock. Holm sets the team. Whedon in motion to the left side. They run the option to the left side. Holm loses the football and covers it at the 45. And then I thought a flag was thrown, but that was the beanbag, and it's a 1-yard loss for Dalton Holm. And I think somebody on that Shell defensive line just reached out and batted that out of his hands. He ran the play fake, faked it to the fullback and then wanted to run the option to the left side. There was nothing there, and he tried to turn back the other way, and somebody knocked it out of his hands, and he covered it for a 1-yard loss. 2nd and 11, and Holm drops to throw. They set up the screen up the middle. Sterrett has it. Derek Sterrett crosses midfield and takes it to the 48 of the Shells, a 6-yard pickup. And the Shells were ready for that. They've seen that on tape. The clock continues to roll with 1 minute remaining. Now 3rd and 5 for the Explorers. This time they huddle. The clock down to 50 seconds as Marquette comes to the line of scrimmage. Receivers left and right. And now a timeout is called by the officials. An official timeout. I'm not sure what that's all about. Just as Marquette came to the line of scrimmage and was getting set, the officials stopped everything with 45 seconds remaining. And 3 of them stand there and talk things over. Surely they already know where they're going after the game.
Well, I don't know. Maybe they called an officials timeout there to make some final plans so they can call in.
Call in at halftime. Now they roll the clock. I don't know what that was all about. From the pistol formation on 3rd and 5 at the Roxana 48, Holm drops to throw. Now he steps up. Now he can run. All kinds of running room. Running to the far sideline, to the 40, 35, 30, and out of bounds right there with another Marquette first down and a pickup of, about 20 yards on that carry for Dalton Holm.
LaShawn Wheaton had some kid in his sights over there. He scrambled back and did a pancake on him. Enabled Holm to make a few more yards.
30 seconds remaining. I think Marquette has 1 timeout remaining. 1st and 10 Marquette at the 31 of the Shells. From the pistol formation, Wheaton in motion to the left side, and they run a reverse, and that's Michael Ford. He finds the right sideline, and he's spun down inbounds at the 25. And somebody for the Shells made a dandy defensive player. That was going to be an even bigger gain for Michael Ford. As it was, he picked up 6, and now the Explorers use their final timeout.
From its birth in 1931 on Broadway in Alton to its new home on Homer Adams Parkway, welcome to Alton Refrigeration and Home Furnishings. Alton Refrigeration and Home Furnishings earned its outstanding customer service reputation in servicing major appliance brands such as Maytag, Whirlpool, KitchenAid, Frigidaire, Samsung, and more. When you think about it, Alton Refrigeration is about providing you with years of comfortable living with worry-free brand name products.
Ragusa drops to throw. Now lets it go deep down the left sideline. He's got top, and he makes a dandy catch.
Here's another steal by Bradley. Lumpkins all alone. He lays it in from Tony.
Yeah! Woo!
The Oilers center ice. 13 has it. A shot a little bit wide. Oilers keep it in the zone.
Well, they're going to have to put the ball into the end zone, I'm afraid, Sam.
Trips to the left. 2 more receivers wide right. Holm back, lets it go deep down the left sideline for Sterrett. Right through his hands. There was a flag on the play thrown at the snap. Now 14 seconds remaining. Sterrett did everything but catch that. It hit him right in the hands. Maybe that's why he's a fullback and not a wide receiver. It's illegal procedure against Marquette, so it wouldn't have counted anyway. So Derek Sterrett gets a pass. 5 penalties on the night for Marquette. All minor penalties for 25 yards. But that's still too many for half, isn't it?
Yeah, but the one thing that the Explorers have not done, knock on wood.
Don't say it.
Okay.
A major penalty.
No.
Holding.
No.
Oh, what? Turned it over. Well, yeah. So the 5-yard walk-off against the Explorers moves it back to the 30. That had every chance to be a Marquette touchdown as Holm hits Sterrett right in the hands in the end zone. Now again, trips to the left. Another receiver wide right. Now Sterrett in the backfield with Holm as they run the pistol formation. And they run the option to the left side. Holm cuts through an opening, but he's thrown down, and that's going to be the final play. Or is it? Why did they stop the clock? We have an injured player.
Oh, the Explorers had one more timeout.
Well, they did have a timeout remaining. So Holm picked up 11 on that carry, and Marquette uses its final timeout. With 5.9 seconds remaining, they will face 3rd and 1 at the 22. And so this will be a throw into the end zone when the Explorers line up and run what may be the final play here in the first half. 14-7, Marquette leads it. Both teams came in at 3 and 4. Both teams need wins in their final 2 games in order to qualify for the playoffs. Marquette has made the playoffs. Is it 4 consecutive years? I believe it is. Roxana hasn't been to the playoffs in a month of Sundays. I think maybe 2003. Would that be their last playoff appearance? I think so. Was that their undefeated? Yes. Their undefeated regular season. Now Marquette is going to try a 39-yard field goal attempt from the near hash mark.
I don't think Lawless has the leg for this.
Dalton Holm will hold. Lawless apparently will attempt it. 39 yards. The kick is up. It's high, but it's not long. And it hits short. And Roxana will take over at its own 20 with 0.4 of a second remaining. Well, I don't think we hadn't seen Lawless kick until last week. He made some extra points. But that was a 39-yard field goal attempt. And it came up about 10 yards short. The ball hit on the end line, but in order to get it through the uprights, you have to kick it at least 10 yards further than that. So now Roxana, barring a defensive penalty, this will be the final play. They come out in a tight formation. They turn, they hand it off to the fullback, and he pounds his way for 3 yards, but the horn sounds, and that is the end of the first half. That was Trevor Hale with a 3-yard pickup. And at the end of one half, the score is Marquette 14, Roxana 7. You're listening to Z1570 Radio Sports.
RiverBender.com's live coverage of today's game is brought to you by Ace Hardware. Ace, the helpful place. Jack Schmidt Chevrolet of Wood River. If you don't know where to get the best auto deals, then you don't know Jack Schmidt. Alton Refrigeration, the first choice in quality HD TV and appliances. Quality Buick, GMC, Cadillac, serving the Riverbend for 52 years. Barry Macias, professional independent insurance agents. Roberts Ford, the value store since 1949. Gerard Fisher, American Family Insurance, all your protection under one roof. Alt Memorial Hospital, the best healthcare close to home. Tom Lane State Farm, your good neighbor agent in the Riverbend. Weber Granite City Chevrolet, Buy American. At First Mid-America Credit Union, they offer more than savings accounts, checking accounts, money markets, loans, and IRAs. They also offer a Visa Platinum card, which rewards their members with low rates, no annual fees, no hidden fees, no balance transfer fees, built-in safety features to protect your card from fraud, and a reward program which rewards you for every purchase you make. Apply today for a First Mid-America Credit Union Visa Platinum card at www.1stmidamerica.org.
Compare a well-equipped Lexus ES to a well-equipped Buick LaCrosse. Get inside each and see what you find. If perfection is what you pursue, this might just change your course. Meet the new class of world class. The 2010 LaCrosse from Buick. May the best car win.
To a military family, a phone call home is priceless, but these phone calls are expensive. By donating a used cell phone through Cell Phones for Soldiers, Weber Granite City Chevrolet is helping U.S. service members get a free 60-minute calling card. Cell Phones for Soldiers addresses an everyday emotional need that everyone has experienced, the need to call home, to hear a familiar voice while far away. If you have a cell phone you're not using, please donate it to us at Weber Granite City Chevrolet for the Cell Phones for Soldiers program.
In today's economy, everyone's looking for an encouraging sign. That's exactly what you'll find right here at my State Farm office in Bethalto. I'm Tom Lane, and for 86 years, State Farm agents like me have been helping you protect the things that matter most. That's why more people trust State Farm, and why we consider that a very good sign.
Call Tom Lane State Farm office in Bethalto at 377-8912 or go to tomlaneagency.net.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
I'll grab the birthday cake. You bring the gift, if you're sure she's ready.
She's 16, honey, and she's earned a set of keys.
She's studied and practiced, I know, but it's a big responsibility.
When you have a teen driver, it's good to know that Madison Mutual has the insurance coverage you need.
She's ready, and so are we. I talked to our Madison Mutual agent.
Call Barry Macias, your local independent insurance agent, at 467-2874.
The more life changes, the more you need Madison Mutual.
Everybody's saying buy American, but not me. I just want you to come drive American. Come out today and see for yourself. No one has a more impressive selection of vehicles than Ford. Whether it's a Focus, Fusion, Escape, Edge, F-150, or any other Ford product, no one can beat Ford's quality. Not Toyota, not Honda, not anybody.
Roberts Motors, your hometown dealer for over 60 years, just off Route 3 or Highway 67 in Alton, or at riverBender.com.
The more your life changes, the more your insurance needs change. I'm Gerard Fisher of American Family Insurance. In just minutes, I can conduct a free personal insurance review to help you determine how much and what type of coverage is right for you, with no costly gaps or overlaps. Interested? Call me, Gerard Fisher of American Family Insurance, today at 466-7062.
American Family Insurance.
Ace Hardware in Bethalto is your helpful place. It's where you'll find more than 70,000 items in the store and even more online. It's where the people know how to solve your problems. It's where top brands like Benjamin Moore, Still, and Craftsman make your job go smoothly and with confidence. It's where hot buys sizzle each and every week. Ace Hardware in Bethalto is more than helpful. They save you time and money too. At Jack Schmidt Chevrolet in Wood River, we make car buying a breeze. A member of our sales team will assist you in selecting the perfect new or GM certified pre-owned vehicle, and we back it up with our guaranteed price policy. Our commitment to you continues after the sale with genuine Goodwrench service. So if you don't know where to get the best deal on quality vehicles and service,
You don't know Jack Schmidt!
In Wood River, Illinois.
Yeah!
There's a long pass. It looks like it's going to be overthrown. Oh, the receiver dashes under the ball and makes the catch. Touchdown!
Where did he get that extra burst of speed? That off-season training really paid off.
Alton Memorial Hospital's Human Motion Institute Sports Performance helps athletes maximize their potential and improve their game. With sports performance training, you'll leap higher, run faster, and throw farther. Learn more at altonmemorialhospital.org. Human Motion Institute Sports Performance, building better athletes.
from its birth in 1931 on Broadway in Alton to its new home on Homer Adams Parkway, welcome to Alton Refrigeration and Home Furnishings. Alton Refrigeration and Home Furnishings earned its outstanding customer service reputation in servicing major appliance brands such as Maytag, Whirlpool, KitchenAid, Frigidaire, Samsung, and more. When you think about it, Alton Refrigeration is about providing you with years of comfortable living with worry-free brand name products.
Ragusa drops to throw. Now lets it go deep down the left sideline. He's got top, and he makes a dandy catch.
Here's another steal by Bradley. Lumpkins all alone. He lays it in from Tony.
Yeah! Woo!
The Oilers center ice. 13 has it. Oh, a shot a little bit wide. Oilers keep it in the zone.
At First Mid-America Credit Union, they offer more than savings accounts, checking accounts, money markets, loans, and IRAs. They also offer a Visa Platinum card, which rewards their members with low rates, no annual fees, no hidden fees, no balance transfer fees, built-in safety features to protect your card from fraud, and a reward program which rewards you for every purchase you make. Apply today for a First Mid-America Credit Union Visa Platinum card at www.1stmidamerica.org.
Compare a well-equipped Lexus ES to a well-equipped Buick LaCrosse. Get inside each and see what you find. If perfection is what you pursue, this might just change your course. Meet the new class of world class. The 2010 Lacrosse from Buick. May the best car win.
To a military family, a phone call home is priceless, but these phone calls are expensive. By donating a used cell phone through Cell Phones for Soldiers, Weber Granite City Chevrolet is helping U.S. service members get a free 60-minute calling card. Cell Phones for Soldiers addresses an everyday emotional need that everyone has experienced, the need to call home, to hear a familiar voice while far away. If you have a cell phone you're not using, please donate it to us at Weber Granite City Chevrolet for the Cell Phones for Soldiers program.
In today's economy, everyone's looking for an encouraging sign. That's exactly what you'll find right here at my State Farm office in Bethalto. I'm Tom Lane, and for 86 years, State Farm agents like me have been helping you protect the things that matter most. That's why more people trust State Farm, and why we consider that a very good sign.
Call Tom Lane State Farm office in Bethalto at 377-8912 or go to tomlaneagency.net.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Maximize their potential and improve their game. With sports performance training, you'll leap higher, run faster, and throw farther.
I'll grab the birthday cake. You bring the gift, if you're sure she's ready.
She's 16, honey, and she's earned a set of keys.
She's studied and practiced, I know, but it's a big responsibility.
When you have a teen driver, it's good to know that Madison Mutual has the insurance coverage you need.
She's ready, and so are we. I talked to our Madison Mutual agent.
Call Barry Macias, your local independent insurance agent, at 467-2874.
The more life changes, the more you need Madison Mutual.
Everybody's saying buy American, but not me. I just want you to come drive American. Come out today and see for yourself. No one has a more impressive selection of vehicles than Ford. Whether it's a Focus, Fusion, Escape, Edge, F-150, or any other Ford product, no one can beat Ford's quality. Not Toyota, not Honda, not anybody.
Roberts Motors, your hometown dealer for over 60 years, just off Route 3 or Highway 67 in Alton, or at RiverBender.com.
No matter what your plans or not, the Cleveland Community Credit Union has the loan to fit your lifestyle. No matter.
Something like dropped out a little bit earlier, so I've been running commercials.
Okay, how many have we run?
I'm not for sure, but I'll count them up and I'll tell you the next break.
Okay.
I'll send it back to you after this one.
All right.
And family is value.
With John Rogers, Sam Stan back at Public School Stadium in Alton. Both teams back out onto the field. Marquette leading Roxana 14-7 at the half. We said this game had a playoff atmosphere, and it is, in essence, a playoff game because the loser will be eliminated from playoff contention. The winner will need a win next week in order to qualify for the playoffs. A win tonight, a win next week, and either one of these teams is in. Roxana next Friday night meets East Alton Wood River. That's a long-standing crosstown rivalry. And the Shells got that win last year after the Oilers had put together a string of victories. And they'll hope to, Roxana will hope to finish their season on a strong note regardless of what happens here tonight. The Explorers, meanwhile, will close out their regular season next Friday night right here at Public School Stadium in Alton against the Southwestern Piasaw Birds, and that's been a good rivalry over the years as well. And the Piasaw Birds, for whatever reason, always play one of their best games of the year against Marquette. They love playing Marquette.
Well, that's the only rival they have. I mean, it's not Carlinville, it's not Gillespie,
not Litchfield.
No.
So, but first things first, we got a second half here tonight. The Shells and the Explorers, and as we said, Marquette's going to get the first possession as Roxana will kick it away to the Explorers. Marquette lost their sophomore wide receiver and defensive back, John Piper, in the first series of the game. He made a tackle, a touchdown-saving tackle, as it turned out, and injured his right shoulder. Came to the near sideline, eventually took his jersey and pads off, had an ice pack on that shoulder, and I think since may have left the field, maybe went to get some x-rays or whatever, but he has not returned. So he made a couple of the most spectacular catches you'd ever want to see last week, and has really distinguished himself as a wide receiver this season. But Marquette has played most of this game without him. And now I'm not sure what's going on here at the near sideline, but Jack Miller taking snaps from a center, and I don't know if that's just something to do or if it means we might be seeing him at the quarterback position. I wouldn't know why, because we've got Dalton Holm out there to return the kickoff. He and LaShawn Whedon standing back at their own 10-yard line, waiting for the Shells to get out there and set up for the kickoff. So Marquette 14, Roxana 7. The loser eliminated from playoff contention. The winner needing a win next week to make the playoffs. So a big second half here for both teams. A huge crowd on hand here tonight. When's the last time you saw that many people on the stands on the far side of the field?
It has to be a home playoff game.
Yeah, it's been a long time. So the Shell fans fired up about their football team here in 2010. And now, here is the run-up in the kick, and they pooch it, and it's taken by one of the upmen for the Explorers and returned out to the 39-yard line. On that return for Marquette was the freshman, Keyshawn Young. And so Marquette will start from their own 38-yard line is where they'll put the football down. Marquette with a 7-point lead and an opportunity to keep that offense moving. We'll see what kind of adjustments the Shells made at halftime, as Marquette had 3 very impressive drives in a row, 2 of them scoring drives, and the third one they just ran out of time as the first half clock expired. They tried a 39-yard field goal. From the double wing formation, here is Holm right up the middle. Dalton Holm coughs up the football, and the Shells have it at the Marquette 45-yard line. And there's exactly what Roxana needed. And the last thing Marquette wanted to see happen is give momentum to the Shells, and Roxana takes over in Marquette territory. The Explorers' first turnover of the night.
I knew I should have mentioned it.
Well, I knew it too, but I know how you are, so we'll blame it on you.
Okay.
Although, Dalton Holm needs to protect the football. Fighting for extra yardage, he coughed it up. I formation, here is the give to Carlisle. Carlisle running room to the left side. He spun around as he takes it inside to 40 and pounds his way down to about the 35, just shy of the 35-yard line. A gain of 9 on that carry for Jacob Carlisle. And that's his best run since he reeled off 40 back in the first quarter. 2nd and 1 for the Shells at the Marquette 36-yard line. It looked like Carlisle was going to be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Then he found a seam and really burst through it. 2nd and 1. Here's the give to the fullback. That's West. And West stacked up after a short gain, but he might have gotten enough for the first down. He only needed about a foot. We'll wait and see where they put the football down, but I think you're going to put it down right on the line, and if they do, that'll be a Roxana first down. Oh, they're going to measure. Now, come on, the sticks are 10 yards away from where the football is. The marker's right on the line, and the football's standing over the line. I think it's a first down. They bring the sticks in. They stretch it out. They take forever doing it. And it's a first down. Isn't that what I said in the first place?
Yes, sir.
By my count, only the 4th first down of the night for the Shells. It comes following the Marquette turnover. And we said the Roxana turnover in the first half could be one of the keys to the game. That Marquette turnover, we may look back and say, well, that was a big key. It's up to the Marquette defense now and the Roxana offense to see what happens. Receivers left and right, double wing formation, a man in motion to the right side, and they pitch it back. And here is Carlisle trying to turn that right corner. Actually, I think it was West that time, and he took it down to the 31. It was Brandon West, and West took it down to near the 30, a gain of 5. Looked like Marquette had it strung out pretty well, but West just stayed with it and finally was able to get around the corner and pick up that 5 yards. The clock rolling with 10-10 remaining in the first half. In the third quarter, I'm sorry. 10-10 remaining third quarter. 14-7. Marquette leads them, and Roxana on the march here. Here's the give. It's West again, and he is hit from behind by Derek Sterrett, but not until West gains a couple down to the 28-yard line. And it's going to be 3rd and 3 for the Shells. I think actually Derek Sterrett propelled West forward. He just looped in and hit him from behind as soon as he got the handoff and pushed him a couple of yards forward. Now 3rd and 3 for the Shells at the Marquette 28-yard line. Receivers left and right, double wing formation. And here is the give on the fullback counter. They give it to West, and he is stacked up for no gain on the play. Might have lost yardage.
Well, this is 4-down territory for the Shells.
Brett Greenwell among the tacklers, and West did lose a yard there. It's going to be 4th and 4. So a big play upcoming here. 4th and 4, Roxana at the Marquette 29-yard line, with the Explorers leading it 14-7 early third quarter. The Shells come out in the I formation, receivers left and right. And here is they're going to throw, and they got a man wide open at the 15. They completed 10-5. Touchdown, Roxana Shells. Jake Quaid with the touchdown for the Shells. I mean, he was wide open. And Hackler hit him at the 15, and he just walked in. And the Shells are within a conversion of tying this football game. A 28-yard touchdown pass from Tommy Hackler to Jake Quaid. Hackler is 2 for 2 for 2 touchdowns. The extra point attempt up high, long, and it's good. Off the toe of Brandon Dudley, and we are tied. The Explorer turnover leads to a Shell touchdown, and with 8:44 remaining third quarter, it's Roxana 14, Marquette 14.
The more your life changes, the more your insurance needs change. I'm Gerard Fisher of American Family Insurance. In just minutes, I can conduct a free personal insurance review to help you determine how much and what type of coverage is right for you, with no costly gaps or overlaps. Interested? Call me, Gerard Fisher of American Family Insurance, today at 466-7062.
American Family Insurance.
Ace Hardware in Bethalto is your helpful place. It's where you'll find more than 70,000 items in the store and even more online. It's where the people know how to solve your problems. It's where top brands like Benjamin Moore, Still, and Craftsman make your jobs go smoothly and with confidence. It's where hot buys sizzle each and every week. Ace Hardware in Bethalto is more than helpful. They save you time and money, too.
At missionofhealing.org.
Brandon Dudley has the ball teed at his own 40 and whips one towards the far sideline. It goes out of bounds, and Marquette will start in good field position as the flag is thrown as they kicked it out of bounds. Well, a Roxana turnover in the first half may have cost the Shells a touchdown. A Marquette turnover early in the second half leads to a Roxana touchdown. The turnovers are even at 1 apiece, and the game is tied at 14. Marquette's going to make Roxana kick again, I guess, because the Shells have shown...
Well, they're going to be penalized.
Yeah. Well, why are they going to kick from the 40 if they're penalized? No, they're not. Well, it was a good attempt by Brandon Dudley. He said, I'm going to put it down here at the 40, and finally the official said, oh, wait a minute. You you need to put it back there at the 35. And the Shells, in 3 kickoffs, have shown that they don't want to kick it deep to Marquette. So I guess Marquette figures, hey, they're going to squib it again, and we're going to get good field position, and maybe we'll get a return. So here's Dudley once again, the run up and the kick from the 35 this time, and he squibs it down the middle, and Marquette picks it up at the 30. Out across the 35 to the 40 to the 43-yard line. Return man, and then 15 free ones for the Explorers as they ran Dalton Holm. They had Holm as an up man that time. Usually he's a deep man. They ran him out of bounds at the 43, and the tackler just stayed on him almost all the way to the track. And so that'll be the second personal foul against Roxana. Second time tonight they've done that. Only 3 penalties all night, but 2 for late hits out of bounds. And that's going to give Marquette great field position across midfield. So forcing Roxana to kick it a second time after they kicked it out of bounds the first time pays off for the Explorers, as they will start 1st and 10 at the Roxana 42-yard line. 8:37 remaining third quarter. We're tied at 14. Roxana led 7-0 early. Marquette led 14-7 at the half. The Shells have tied it here early in the third quarter. Marquette goes with a tight formation, double wing with a receiver to the right side, and they give it to Derek Sterrett right up the middle, and he just runs people over and then drags them with him all the way down to the Roxana 36-yard line. A gain of 6 on that carry for Derek Sterrett.
Just like a good fullback should.
Sterrett 10 carries for 56 yards and a touchdown. 2nd and 4 for the Explorers at the Roxana 37-yard line. Marquette sends Jack Miller wide to the left side. David Wilton wide right. Actually, now Miller sets up as a tight end to the left side. Again, double wing. On 2nd and 4, a man in motion to the left side. Here's the give to Sterrett. He finds some running room to the right side, bounces it outside, dragging tacklers all the way down to the 26-yard line. A gain of 11 on that carry for Derek Sterrett, and a Marquette first down. 67 yards rushing on 11 carries for Derek Sterrett. The 12th first down of the night for the Explorers. 1st and 10 at the Roxana 26-yard line. So a short kickoff, a good return, a 15-yard penalty, a first down, and Marquette's knocking on the door. Here's the give again. It's Dalton Holm giving it to Derek Sterrett right up the middle, and Sterrett just plows his way down to the 20-yard line. A gain of 6 on that carry.
Give it to Sterrett till they stop them.
Till they stop him.
And then come outside.
Well, they haven't stopped him on this drive. That's 3 straight carries for Derek Sterrett for 22 yards on the last 3 carries. 2nd and 4 Explorers at the Roxana 20-yard line. The clock rolling with 7 minutes remaining here in the third quarter. We're tied at 14. Receivers left and right, double wing formation. Man in motion to the left side, and they give it to LaShawn Whedon, and he is stacked up after a gain of a yard. As he came from that right wing-back position in motion, they handed it to him, and he gained 1 to the 19. Whedon's 6th carry for 34 yards on the night, and now 3rd and 3 Explorers at the Roxana 19-yard line. Roxana 14, Marquette 14. The Shells wanting a stop here. Marquette sends Lawless wide to the right side. Miller sets up as a tight end to the left. On 3rd and 3, Holm under center takes the snap, runs the option to the left side. It's on the turf, and the Shells, let's see who got it. The Shells had a shot at it, but Sterrett got it back. But it's going to be about 4th and 10 for Marquette, as that'll be a 6-yard loss, 5-yard loss, and it'll be 4th and 9. Well, they tried to run the option to the left side, and Holm, as he went to pitch it, was hit, coughed it up. That's Marquette's 3rd fumble of the night. They've lost 1. And it's 4-down territory for the Explorers. 4th and 9 at the Roxana 25-yard line, and the Explorers want a timeout. 5:25 remaining in the third quarter. Roxana 14, Marquette 14. You're listening to Z1570 Radio Sports.
At Jack Schmidt Chevrolet in Wood River, we make car buying a breeze. A member of our sales team will assist you in selecting the perfect new or GM certified pre-owned vehicle, and we back it up with our guaranteed price policy. Our commitment to you continues after the sale with genuine Goodwrench service. So if you don't know where to get the best deal on quality vehicles and service,
you don't know Jack Schmidt
in Wood River, Illinois.
Yeah!
There's a long pass. It looks like it's going to be overthrown. Oh, the receiver dashes under the ball and makes the catch. Touchdown!
Where did he get that extra burst of speed? That off-season training really paid off.
Alton Memorial Hospital's Human Motion Institute Sports Performance helps athletes maximize their potential and improve their game. With sports performance training, you'll leap higher, run faster, and throw farther. Learn more at altonmemorialhospital.org. Human Motion Institute Sports Performance, building better athletes.
And now Holm will let it go downfield. Sterrett open in the end zone. Touchdown! What a catch by Derek Sterrett, and the Explorers regain the lead. A 25-yard touchdown pass from Dalton Holm to Derek Sterrett. And that was like sandlot football. Holm looked at Sterrett from the outset. Sterrett apparently wasn't open. Holm scrambled around a little bit in the pocket. I thought he was going to take off, and he might have gotten a first down if he had run. And then he finally pulled up, and Sterrett made a dandy catch in the end zone. And now Jimmy Lawless will attempt the extra point. The kick is up, it's high, it's long, and it's good. 5:15 remaining third quarter. The score now, Marquette 21, Roxana 14. You're listening to Z1570 Radio Sports.
from its birth in 1931 on Broadway in Alton to its new home on Homer Adams Parkway, welcome to Alton Refrigeration and Home Furnishings. Alton Refrigeration and Home Furnishings earned its outstanding customer service reputation in servicing major appliance brands such as Maytag, Whirlpool, KitchenAid, Frigidaire, Samsung, and more. When you think about it, Alton Refrigeration is about providing you with years of comfortable living with worry-free brand-name products.
Ragusa drops to throw. Now lets it go deep down the left sideline. He's got Pop, and he makes a dandy catch.
Here's another steal by Bradley. Lumpkins all alone. He lays it in from Tony.
Yeah! Woo!
The Oilers center ice. 13 has it. Oh, a shot a little bit wide. Oilers keep it in the zone.
So far here this evening, and Dalton Holm tries the onside kick, and it doesn't go the 10 yards, and the Shells are going to have great field position at the Marquette 45-yard line.
Looks like the Rams.
Well, boy, I don't know. Marquette just took all the momentum, and now they're going to ask their defense to keep that momentum, as Roxana will have great field position starting 1st and 10 at the Marquette 46-yard line. They tried I guess it was an onside kick at 10. Either that or he just missed it, because it only rolled 6 yards, and the Shells alertly jumped on it. Marquette couldn't recover it until it went 10. So now Tommy Hackler turns and gives it on an end around, and this is going to go for big yardage to the Marquette 40, 35, 30, and down to the 28-yard line goes number 84, Sebastian Raich. And that is a pickup of 17 yards for Raich and a first down for the Shells. They fooled everybody on that one.
Plus, also, the wideout over here put a heck of a block on the Marquette corner, number 4, Michael Ford.
So 1st and 10 Shells at the Marquette 29-yard line. So they came with the end around, and Raich, who was set up on the far side of the field, brought it around this way for 17. 1st and 10 Shells from the I formation. They put a man in motion to the left side. That's Quaid. They pitch it back, and here's Carlisle. Finds an opening to the left side. Bounces off one tackler, dragging another tackler with him inside the 25, down to about the 22-yard line, a gain of 7 on that carry for Carlisle.
Well, Sterrett almost had him in the backfield. They lined Sterrett up as the inside linebacker and shot him through there, and he just missed him.
Then Jack Miller corralled him from behind, and he dragged Jack Miller for about 3 yards. 2nd and 3, Roxana at the Marquette 22. Marquette leading 21-14. Roxana led once, 7-0. Here's the give. It's Carlisle right up the middle. Oh, no. He faked the handoff, and then Hackler is sacked. In there is Dalton Holm to bring Hackler down for a 7-yard loss all the way back at the 29-yard line. Well, the Shells will wish they had handed it to Carlisle because he had a big hole up the middle.
Hopefully the Explorers will loosen up on a 3rd and 9 situation.
Well, we still haven't seen an incomplete pass here tonight. We almost did, as Holm tried to hit Sterrett in the end zone in the first half, but that was called back on a penalty, even though it fell incomplete. Now Hackler rolls to his right, lets it go downfield. Carlisle, he can't hold on at the 12. Carlisle almost, no, it wasn't Carlisle, it was 14. It was Jordan Brueggemann, and he almost made a dazzling catch at the 12-yard line, a diving attempt, and he had it momentarily, and it fell loose when he hit the ground, and now it's going to be 4th and 9 for the Shells. Holy smokes, that was almost a catch to nearly rival the one John Piper made last week in Wood River. Now,
swinging gate.
The Shells going to set up in the swinging gate formation. In the backfield is Jordan Briggs. And they snap it to him, and he tries to run the option to the right side. There's one man to beat out there. That's Michael Ford. The Explorers string it out, and Marquette will take over on downs as the running back Carlisle was brought down at the 21-yard line after a gain of 8, but he needed almost 10. He gained 7, and he needed 9.
For our folks at home, Sam, a swinging gate is a formation in which you put most of the offensive line to one side, leave the center, the quarterback, and running back, and a wide out to the open side of the field.
And Roxana ran the running play, an option to the weak side of the field. Gained 7, but they needed 9. 1st and 10 Explorers. Here's Holm with the football. Turns it upfield out to the 25 as they ran the option to the right side. Marquette takes over at its own 22. They pick up 3 on that carry by Holm. We're down to 2:35 and counting remaining in the third quarter. Marquette with a 21-14 lead. They led 14-7 at the half. Marquette recovered well on that swinging gate play because initially it looked like Carlisle, if he could beat Ford, was going to have the first down. Ford slowed him down, and then some other tacklers filled in from behind. 2nd and 7 Explorers from their own 25-yard line. Double wing formation, receivers left and right. Here's the give, Sterrett right up the middle, and Derek Sterrett pounds his way forward for a 5-yard gain and brings up 3rd and 2 for the Explorers. Derek Sterrett now 14 carries for 73 yards and a rushing touchdown. He's caught 2 passes for 31 yards and a touchdown, and has distinguished himself on defense. He'll have to be in the running for the Munganaz Toyota Player of the Game. 3rd and 2 Explorers, double wing formation, receivers left and right. Actually, it's not double wing. It was a single wing to the left side, and Holm keeps it himself. Dalton Holm will have first down yardage. Still on his feet out to the 40 to the 41-yard line, just bouncing off tacklers. He picks up 10 on the play and another first down for Marquette. Dalton Holm, 14 carries for 92 yards and a touchdown. And he's 4 for 4 for 72 yards and a touchdown. He's in strong consideration for the player of the game. Now Jack Miller checks in from the near sideline with a play. 1:12 and counting remaining here in the third quarter. Marquette with a 7-point lead and the football. 1st and 10 from their own 40. 14 first downs on the night for the Explorers. 2 receivers wide left, double wing formation. A man in motion to the right side, and now Holm brings it back to the weak side and picks up a couple as he dives forward to maybe the 43-yard line. That'll go as a gain of 3. They put all the motion to the right side and then just kind of ran a counter, a quarterback counter, back this way, and Holm got 2. The Shells stayed home well on that one. The Explorers here in the third quarter, going from our right to our left, defending the east goal here at Public School Stadium. Lawless wide right, Miller wide left on 2nd and 8 from their own 42. The Explorers put a man in motion to the right side. They run a wing counter this time as LaShawn Whedon in a shoestring tackle keeps him to a 2-yard gain out to the 44. And that's going to be the final play of the third quarter. As we prepare for fourth quarter action, the score here at Public School Stadium in a playoff elimination game. It's not a playoff game, but it'll eliminate one of these teams from the playoffs. The score, Marquette 21, Roxana 14.
At First Mid-America Credit Union, they offer more than savings accounts, checking accounts, money markets, loans, and IRAs. They also offer a Visa Platinum card, which rewards their members with low rates, no annual fees, no hidden fees, no balance transfer fees, built-in safety features to protect your card from fraud, and a reward program which rewards you for every purchase you make. Apply today for a First Mid-America Credit Union Visa Platinum card at www.1stmidamerica.org.
Compare a well-equipped Lexus ES to a well-equipped Buick LaCrosse. Get inside each and see what you find. If perfection is what you pursue, this might just change your course. Meet the new class of world class. The 2010 LaCrosse from Buick. May the best car win.
41-0 victory over Vandalia. Vandalia's 4-4. So there will be 3 SCC teams next week at 4-4 needing a win to get in the playoffs. Now Dalton Holm on the third down play keeps it himself, works the left side, crosses the 45 and takes it out to the 47-yard line. A gain of 3, and it's going to be 4th and 3 for the Explorers. Let's see if they'll punt. The line of scrimmage, their own 47-yard line. What would you do here? I'd punt.
I'd punt.
Well, the Explorers not in punt formation. Let's see if maybe they just try to draw the Shells offside. A big gamble here if they go for it and don't get it. Holm under center puts a man in motion to the right side, and the Shells jumped. They put Ford in motion to the right side, and somebody in that Shell defensive line stepped into the neutral zone, and that's all it took. Well, the Shells tried it earlier, and it didn't work for them. Marquette tried it here, drew the Shells offside. Only the 4th penalty of the night against Roxana, but that's a costly one. It gives the Explorers a first down into Roxana territory. They put the football down at the Shells' 48-yard line.
So much for what you should have done, I guess.
I'm still not convinced Marquette was going to snap the football. Lawless and Miller wide to the right side. Ford in motion to the right side. They hand it to Ford on that jet play. He turns the corner but gains nothing as he is clobbered as he tried to cross the line of scrimmage. There on the tackle for the Shells, Jordan Briggs, and he hit Ford hard. Ford gained maybe a yard. Michael Ford, 4 carries for 19 yards, and a good play there by Jordan Briggs. The clock rolling with 10:45 remaining in the fourth quarter. Marquette with a 7-point lead. The lead has never been bigger than 7 all night long. Roxana led 7-0 early. Marquette led 14-7 at the half. The Shells tied it at 14 in the third quarter. Marquette regained the lead 21-14. Now LaShawn Whedon trying to turn the left corner, and he gains a yard, if that much. And it's going to be 3rd and long for the Explorers. Well, they've gone away from the fullback here, and I'm not sure why, because the wide plays aren't working. No gain on that carry for Whedon. 3rd and nearly 9 for the Explorers, just outside the 46 of Roxana. Down to 9:52 and counting remaining in the fourth quarter. Miller and Lawless split wide left. That's the short side of the field. Double wing formation. Holm under center on third and nearly 9. Holm keeps it himself, tries to turn that right corner. Gets a block from Sterrett to the 40, to the 35, tries to cut it back, slips off a tackler, and is stood up the 30-yard line. A gain of 16 on the carry and a first down for the Explorers, and a key block there by Derek Sterrett.
Well, it was. He faked the ball to Sterrett on the belly and then took it out and came on around, and Sterrett followed up right behind him and threw a key block. Sterrett's on fire.
Well, they say he stepped out at the 32, so it was only a gain of 14, but still enough for a first down. 1st and 10 Explorers at the Roxana 32-yard line. Time becoming a factor here with 9:15 remaining in the fourth quarter. Marquette would love to punch one in and take control of this game. Here is the give. Derek Sterrett right up the middle. Sterrett moves the scrum all the way down to the 27-yard line. Maybe the 26. We'll see where they put it down after they umpile. And they'll put it just inside the 27, but a gain of 5 on that carry. It seems like every time they run Sterrett up the gut, he gains 5. 15 carries for 78 yards for Derek Sterrett. Dalton Holm now over the 100-yard mark, 17 carries for 111 yards. 2nd and 5, Explorers at the Roxana 27-yard line. And here is the give. It's Sterrett up the middle again. He slides to his right, finds an opening, and takes it to the 25-yard line. He gained 2, and now took a while to unstack him. I thought for a minute maybe somebody was hurt, but not so. Trevor Hale on the tackle as he stopped Derek Sterrett after a 2-yard pickup. And now 3rd and 3 Explorers at the Roxana 25-yard line. Well, it's going to be a bitter pill to swallow for whichever team loses this one, because it's been a very competitive football game. Both teams playing hard. 3rd and 3, Marquette at the Roxana 25. Here's Holm, first down yardage to the 20, bounces it outside. 15, 10, 5, touchdown Dalton Holm. A 25-yard touchdown run for Holm, and the Explorers have the biggest lead of the night. Well, once Holm broke the line of scrimmage, he bounced it outside to the left, and there was no doubt once he did get it outside, that was the wide side of the field, that he was gone. His 2nd touchdown of the night. And now Jimmy Lawless will try to make the Explorer lead 14. The snap to spot, the kick. It's up, it's high, it's long, it's good. 7:37 remaining fourth quarter. The score, Marquette 28, Roxana 14. You're listening to Z1570 Radio Sports.
To a military family, a phone call home is priceless, but these phone calls are expensive. By donating a used cell phone through Cell Phones for Soldiers, Weber Granite City Chevrolet is helping U.S. service members get a free 60-minute calling card. Cell Phones for Soldiers addresses an everyday emotional need that everyone has experienced, the need to call home, to hear a familiar voice while far away. If you have a cell phone you're not using, please donate it to us at Weber Granite City Chevrolet for the Cell Phones for Soldiers program.
In today's economy, everyone's looking for an encouraging sign. That's exactly what you'll find right here at my State Farm office in Bethalto. I'm Tom Lane, and for 86 years, State Farm agents like me have been helping you protect the things that matter most. That's why more people trust State Farm, and why we consider that a very good sign.
Call Tom Lane State Farm office in Bethalto at 377-8912 or go to tomlaneagency.net.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Exits. Well, don't give up yet. Stranger things have happened. Marquette 28, Roxana 14.
Yeah, we could onside kick again.
Let's hope not. And here's a swift kick taken by one of the up men at the 25, out across the 30, 35, right sideline to midfield, and all the way down to the Marquette 46-yard line. Well, If you'd have known that was going to happen, you would have onside kicked. That was Jordan Brueggemann with a nice return from his own 25 all the way to the Marquette 46-yard line, and the Shells aren't dead yet. They need to put one in here quickly and then play some defense.
Well, the Explorers secondary needs to loosen up and play the watch the quarterback. No, watch the receiver. Don't get confused by watching that quarterback.
Receivers left and right. Receivers in both slots as well. And now Marquette jumps offside. That was Dalton. That was Derek Sterrett. Sterrett came charging up from his linebacker position and just broke the line of scrimmage, and so that'll be a free 5 for the Shells. Marquette's 6th penalty of the night, only their first here in the second half. So a 5-yard walk-off against the Explorers. The line of scrimmage becomes the Marquette 41-yard line. 1st and 5 for the Shells right there. And
I was going to say, our friendly hometown reporter said is that Marquette just has too much speed for Roxana, and that was exhibited there with Holm's run.
With his touchdown run from 25 yards out. Now here's the pitch back, and here is West. He cuts it back. He's at the 35, finds the left corner, 30, 25, 20, cuts it back again, and all the way down to the 16-yard line. Brandon West with a scintillating run there of 30 yards and a first down for the Shells, and Roxana's not dead yet. And Marquette better not think they've got this game in the bag. 1st and 10 Shells at the Marquette 16-yard line. Still 7:15 remaining here in the fourth quarter. And if Roxana can punch it in here, this game is not over. The Explorer defense needs to step up. Backs in the eye. Hackler turns, gives it. Here is Carlisle, and he is stacked up for no gain. Among the tacklers for the Explorers, Michael Cook. 2nd and 10 Shells. Carlisle, 11 carries for 79 yards. Both Roxana touchdowns came via the passing game. Touchdown passes of 45 and 28 yards for Tommy Hackler. As Marquette's done a pretty good job of shutting down the Shell running game. 2 big plays accounting for 70 rushing yards. Beyond that, Roxana's not made a lot of noise running the football. 2nd and 9. And here is Hackler keeping it himself, trying to sweep the right side inside the 10, down to about the 8-yard line. A gain of about 8 on that carry. It was Jordan Briggs, actually, not Hackler. Briggs that time lined up in quarterback and ran it for 8 yards. Now I think Hackler checks back in at the quarterback position. And it's 3rd and a short 2 for the Shells at the Marquette 8. Yeah, it is Hackler back in there now. So they brought Briggs in for that running play. Backs in the eye behind Hackler. And Hackler runs a quarterback sneak, and he's got first down yardage down to the 5, maybe inside the 5, down to the 4-yard line, a gain of 4 for Tommy Hackler on his first carry of the night. And a first down for the Shells, 1st and goal at the Marquette 4-yard line. They stop the clock with 5:25 remaining to move the sticks. The Shells send a receiver wide to the right side. That's Zach Johnson. Another receiver to the left, backs in the eye. Hackler turns, gives it to Jacob Carlisle, looking for the end zone. He can't get there. He had an opening, tried to cut it back, and took it down to the 1-yard line. A gain of 3 on that carry. It'll be 2nd and goal, just outside the 1. Now the Shells making massive substitutions here. Second and goal at the 1. The clock rolling with 4:43 remaining in the fourth quarter. Marquette with a 14-point lead, but the Shells knocking on the door. They put a man in motion to the right side, and here is the handoff, and the running back goes nowhere. The Explorers stood him up. Not sure if it was West or Carlisle. It was Jacob Carlisle. No gain on the play, and now it's third and goal at the 1. And the clock continues to tick now with 4:12 and counting remaining in the fourth quarter. Marquette 28, Roxana 14. Third and goal Shells at the Marquette 1. Hackler under center, double wing formation. He turns, hands it to Briggs. He loses the football. Hackler picks it up at the 12, and he's swarmed under there. And now it's going to be a critical fourth down for the Shells. They ran that jet play, handed it to Briggs. He coughed it up as he was hit. And Hackler went back and picked it up all the way back at the 12-yard line, a loss of 11 on that play.
Timeout, Roxana.
Well,
I'll grab the birthday cake. You bring the gift, if you're sure she's ready.
She's 16, honey, and she's earned a set of keys.
She's studied and practiced, I know, but it's a big responsibility.
When you have a teen driver, it's good to know that Madison Mutual has the insurance coverage you need.
She's ready, and so are we. I talked to our Madison Mutual agent.
Call Barry Macias, your local independent insurance agent, at 467-2874.
The more life changes, the more you need Madison Mutual.
Everybody's saying, buy American, but not me. I just want you to come drive American. Come out today and see for yourself. No one has a more impressive selection of vehicles than Ford. Whether it's a Focus, Fusion, Escape, Edge, F-150, or any other Ford product, no one can beat Ford's quality. Not Toyota, not Honda, not anybody.
Roberts Motors, your hometown dealer for over 60 years, just off Route 3 or Highway 67 in Alton, or at RiverBender.com.
Trying to get in. If they had gotten in on that second or third down play, they'd be in good stead. So now fourth and goal at the 12. Hackler under center, drops to throw. Lost it to the end zone, and it is broken up by Michael Ford. And the Explorers will take over on downs. And the Shells' hopes for the playoffs may have just gone down on that series of plays right there.
I'd like to say this for young Michael Ford. He put himself where he should have been. A couple other times he was not there. He was right there in front of the receiver to knock it down. Good job, Michael.
And that's what you like to see, especially out of a sophomore, is that you learn from your mistakes. Now the Explorers will be emphasizing ball security, just 3:36 remaining. First and 10 Explorers from their own 12-yard line. And here's the give to Derek Sterrett right up the middle. He runs a couple of Shells over, crosses the 20, takes it out to the 22-yard line, a 10-yard gain, and I think it's enough for a first down.
Yes, it is.
Gives Sterrett 90 yards rushing on 17 carries on the night. First and 10 Explorers from their own 22, and they roll the clock with 3:25 remaining. Well, hats off to the Roxana Shells. If something drastic doesn't happen, they won't qualify for the playoffs, but they've come a long way in a year. Now here is the give again, Derek Sterrett. We're going to see a lot of Derek Sterrett, and he still keeps those legs churning and picks up 6 or 7 yards on that carry. Man, is he tough down there. A 7-yard pickup for Sterrett.
Sam, you were talking about the Shells. I think a lot of credit should go to Pat Keith, although he's one of my boys, but he's just done a tremendous job. Look at the numbers they have out as opposed to last year. They had 18.
Well, I think 2 years ago they were down to 18 players dressing for games. In a couple years' time, they got a lot of numbers now. Here's Derek Sterrett, first down yardage out across the 30 to the 33-yard line. A gain of 3 on that carry, and that's the 18th first down of the night for the Explorers. And that gives Derek Sterrett 100 yards rushing on the night on 19 carries. They stopped the clock with 2:27 remaining. Well, as we said, in the past 6 years, the Shells won 2 football games. And so this year they've won 3 already, and they'll go for number 4 next week. They were hoping for number 4 here tonight and number 5 the following week. Now Pat Keith wants a timeout. A reminder, you're in tune to WBGZ Alton. It's 2.5 minutes after the hour of 9 o'clock. We're in the waning moments of the South Central Conference game here that apparently is going to go to the Marquette Explorers. It will be the Explorers' 3rd straight victory. And after a 1-4 start, they will hit the 500 mark at 4-4. And next Friday night, they will host the Southwestern Piasaw Birds, who are also 4-4. And that, in essence, will be a playoff game because the winner will go to the playoffs and the loser will call it a season. Next Friday night, you'll hear it live right here on C1570. Game 2 next Friday night on the air will be Roxana in East Alton, Wood River. And that's always a grudge match. And you know the Oilers would love nothing more than to get their first victory of the season over the Shells in Week 9. Now Roxana jumps offside. That'll cost them 5. The Shells just desperate here for anything. Well, desperate for a turnover, really. And they were ganging the line of scrimmage, and somebody stepped into the neutral zone. So even though the Shells trail by 14, Pat Keith showing his players that, hey, there's no quit in the Shells. He used a timeout in hope of forcing a turnover here and trying to get within striking distance. Here is the give, Dalton Holm, and they're keying on him now. And that time he gets back to the line of scrimmage, loses a yard maybe.
Now the way they're packed up there, now's the time to come outside, Holm.
And no gain on the play for Derek Sterrett, and Roxana uses another timeout.
That's their last.
But why not? You've got them in, there's no sense leaving them in your hip pockets. You never know. A turnover, a quick strike, and you've got a chance. So Pat Keith has given his players every chance in the world. And Tim Nelson told me last week, in anticipating this game, that he owes Pat Keith one, because when they were players, Tim Nelson played for Calhoun, Pat Keith for the Marquette Explorers, and those two teams met right here on this field, and the Explorers won that football game. So Tim Nelson said, I owe him one. I think that was all in fun. I don't think there's any kind of a grudge there. In fact, they're good friends. 2nd and 5, Explorers. Dalton Holm now keeps it himself and spins out of a tackle out to the 40-yard line. A gain of 2, and now the clock will run. Holm, 19 carries, 138 yards, 2 rushing touchdowns, 4 for 4 for 72 yards and a touchdown pass. Derek Sterrett, on the other hand, 20 carries for 100 yards and a touchdown, 2 receptions for 31 yards and a receiving touchdown. And we're going to have to make a decision here in just a couple of minutes as to who the player of the game is. I think it's between Dalton Holm and Derek Sterrett. And I don't think you could go wrong picking either one.
Well, you know who's my favorite?
The Munganast Alton Toyota player of the game. I know, and I think I'm leaning your direction now. Marquette jumps as LaShawn Whedon got off a half step too quickly. Your favorite's going to be the fullback. And I think, even though Holm has more yards rushing, has 2 rushing touchdowns, and is 4 for 4 in the passing department, I don't know how much of that would have happened if Holm had not given the football to the fullback, Sterrett, and established that fullback. That opened everything else up. So I think maybe Sterrett's good work made Holm's good work possible.
Well, I think it had a lot to do with Holm's last touchdown.
Yes, it did. Yes, it did. Well, stay tuned because we will name the Munganast Alton Toyota player of the game following the game. 1:32 remaining here. Now 3rd and 8 for the Explorers. Here is Derek Sterrett, and I mean, it's one man against 11 Shells. And Sterrett picks up 4, and it's 4th and 4 for the Explorers. Let's see what the Explorers will do here. The clock will continue to roll inside of a minute remaining. Would you punt here or just...
No, not here.
just run it, hope for the best.
Well, what I do is have Holm take it outside again.
Down to 52 seconds, 4th and 4 Explorers from their own 39-yard line. Double wing formation. A man in motion to the right side, that's forward, and now the Explorers call a timeout. So they just ran some time off the clock. They stop it with 44 seconds remaining. So there will be 4 teams in the South Central, 3 teams in the South Central Conference that are all 4 and 4. Vandalia, Marquette, and Southwestern. And Marquette and Southwestern meet next Friday night. One of those teams will get into playoffs. Also going to the playoffs from the South Central will be Greenville, Carlinville, and Pana. And maybe Vandalia if they can get a win next week. So 3 for, well, there will be 4 for sure because we know either Southwestern or Marquette will get in. So 4 for sure and maybe 5 if Vandalia gets a win next week. It could have been 6 if Roxana had won here tonight and won next week, and then Southwestern had come in here and beat Marquette. And Vandalia also won. That's getting way too complicated. Well, Marquette does go into punt formation now with Dalton Holm standing at his own 28-yard line. And the Shells bring everybody, and Holm does a good job to get it out of there, and it will hit and roll. Just let it roll. Well, Derek Sterrett will down it at the 30 or 31-yard line. The Shells will have 37 seconds. Now we have an Explorer down and injured. That's Brad Hemming. That's the second time tonight he's been down and slow to get up, and he's a tough cookie. I think I'd get him out of there, though, and they will. They bring him to the near sideline, and now the Shells will desperately try to make something happen here, but Marquette leads it 28-14. It was 14-7 Explorers at the half. Roxana led early. At the end of the first quarter, 7-0 Shells, 14-7 Explorers at the half. The Shells tied it at 14 early third quarter, but then Marquette responded with 2 second-half touchdowns to jump out to the 28-14 lead, and now Roxana will commence to even the football. Hackler drops and throws, and they get a quick one out to Carlisle out at the 40-yard line, and he steps out of bounds. A gain of 6 on that completion. So they're going to try to dink and dunk, actually a gain of 7 on the completion to Carlisle. 2nd and 3 for the Shells. And the Explorers will let them do that all night. Now we're down to 32 seconds remaining. They send 2 receivers wide left, 2 more wide right. Hackler under center. Puts a man in motion to the left side. That's Carlisle. And he drops to throw. Rolls to his left. Lets it go, and it's intercepted by Derek Sterrett. Down to the 40, down to the 35, and that may have sealed player of the game honors. As Roxana's second turnover of the night is an interception thrown by Hackler, picked off by Derek Sterrett. He had Carlisle up the field, but Sterrett stepped in between and picked it off. And now Marquette will take a knee, and this game will be history. The Explorers will have their 3rd straight victory and be 4 and 4. Well, a few weeks ago when Marquette fell to 1 and 4, a devastating loss here to Vandalia. And everybody said, well, 4 straight wins, you can make the playoffs, and a lot of people were doubtful that that could happen. Now Derek Sterrett, or rather Dalton Holm, takes a knee. The final seconds will tick off the clock, and this game will end. The final score, Marquette 28, Roxana 14. Back to wrap it up in just a moment. You're listening to Z1570 Radio Sports.
RiverBender.com's live coverage of today's game is brought to you by Ace Hardware. Ace, the helpful place. Jack Schmidt Chevrolet of Wood River. If you don't know where to get the best auto deals, then you don't know Jack Schmidt. Alton Refrigeration, the first choice in quality HD TV and appliances. Quality Buick, GMC, Cadillac, serving the Riverbend for 52 years. Barry Macias, professional independent insurance agents. Roberts Ford, the value store since 1949. Gerard Fisher, American Family Insurance. All your protection under one roof. Alt Memorial Hospital. The best health care close to home. Tom Lane State Farm. Your good neighbor agent in the Riverbend. Weber Granite City Chevrolet. Buy American.